A word, brother?
Assassin's Creed Unity is a very interesting game. This is the first game I ever got on my console, and I gotta say, it does showcase what a next generation console is capable of. But there are quite a ton of setbacks that prevent this game from being flawless.
What do you want?
Assassin's Creed Unity is a fun game to play, but what makes it really fun is the parkour system, which is only really fun when it works. Sometimes the parkour doesn't always work like I want it to work, which did result in me dying a few times. You can't parkour off everything, which means that some walls you can't climb up, which is a little unfair since I have very heavily relied on parkour because of the earlier sequences. Luckily, in Assassin's Creed Unity, there are many ways to do things. You can go underground so you can secretly bypass a lot of security. You can parkour up the walls, take out some of the snipers, and enter through one of the open windows. You can even just screw everything and go full-on melee with the guards. The good thing about this is that you can rescue allies in some of the memories, so they can help you stall the guards. There are even some distraction opportunities in some of the memories, so you can easily sneak into a base.
I believe it's called a rescue.
Most of the game does involve you sneaking into a base, so I would say that it's worth it to get a sword that does a lot of damage, and to refill all your consumables. In case you are wondering what consumables in Unity are, they are repurchasable items that you can buy from certain people spread throughout Paris. The kind of consumables you can get are types of bombs, like the cherry bomb, which are an amazing distraction, the smoke bomb, which is overpowered when you're facing off against large groups of enemies because you stun them all, or even the poison gas bomb, which releases a gas cloud of poison on enemies, damaging them. You can also get medicine, phantom blades, berserk blades, ammunition, etc. The only thing that really sucks about these consumables is that some of them are crazy expensive. The berserk blades, for example, are 250 livres each. Livres are kind of easy to obtain and kind of hard to obtain. If you loot every single person you kill, then you can get livres or a chance of getting a consumable. Besides looting people, you can also obtain livres by completing some of the side missions, which are kind of boring actually. The co-op missions, on the other hand, are another way to obtain a heck of a lot of livres, but I'll discuss those later. You can also obtain livres by opening a chest, as there are many of those in the game. Unfortunately, a locked chest requires you to get the locksmith skill. Skills are also a pretty cool addition to Unity. You can get skills by getting sync points, which you will obtain a lot of because all the memories you play through reward you with these sync points. Some skills you can obtain are the stun grenade skill, which allows you to throw stun grenades, the mastery of one-handed skill, which grants you the ability to make strong attacks with your sword, or even the disguise skill, which allows you to blend in the crowd by looking like someone else, which is very, very useful. It doesn't work when you get into conflict or when you're too close to the enemy. Ways to get into conflict with an enemy are by killing someone near them or running near them. When standing close to an enemy, the enemy won't attack you until their conflict meter turns from yellow to red. Yellow means that they suspect you, and red is when they know who you are and where you are. Once their meter turns red, all nearby enemies will automatically go into combat with you. That's why using a stealth strategy is actually way better than just going full-on melee with the enemy. The stealth in this game is actually very annoying though. The controls all of a sudden start becoming really sensitive, so even the slightest movement of the analog stick can trigger me to automatically get out of my hiding spot. Luckily the AI are kind of stupid, so even if I'm standing right in front of them, they may not notice me. A way to check to see where enemies are is by using Eagle Vision. Think of it as like the Batman Arkham series detective mode, except that it doesn't show you the details on the enemy, and it only shows you the enemies up to a certain range. So if you use the Eagle Vision on a large hall and don't see any enemies, trust me, there are enemies within viewing range of that hall. You can upgrade your Eagle Vision range by changing your HUD within the character customization menu, where you can customize basically anything on your character, which you can open and buy stuff without going to a shop. You can also access the gear loadout menu without going to a shop, which is where you can buy guns, different types of swords, etc. You can upgrade anything except consumables with Kree points, which you can obtain by doing a lot of things, such as making a headshot with a gun, or even doing a finishing attack. You can obtain these by making different kinds of assassinations. You can make a ledge assassination, an air assassination, or even a hiding spot assassination, which, when used with the cherry bomb, is overpowered. You can also get Creed points for sabotaging alarm bells, which are bells enemies ring to alert more enemies to combat you. The combat in the game, by the way, is very, very frustrating. For example, you can hold down a button to do a charging attack on an enemy that doesn't do any damage, but stuns them for a little bit. But guess what? I have to do that a few times in a row to actually get it to work. Parrying is also a little bit worse. Your enemy has a little bar on the top of his head that turns from white to orange to yellow. You hit a button when it's orange or yellow to stop that attack. I tried pressing that button when the bar turned orange at least. The game didn't even let me do that. The controls are very unresponsive in combat, but luckily the smoke bomb makes up for it. The graphics in Assassin's Creed Unity are some of the best I've ever seen. The people in this game, however, are some of the worst I've ever seen. There are a lot of people in this game, yet all of them look really weird. By people, I mean the civilians. That is definitely comparable to Sonic 06. But anyways, like I was saying before, the graphics are very beautiful. Everything seems so realistic because of the lighting and everything, which does explain why the game takes quite a long time to load. Not only that, but the sound effects are also pitch perfect. Also, everything renders really fast. I mean, you are loading all of Paris, so it is very impressive to see this. But there are quite a few flaws with such gorgeous graphics. First of all, the game locks at only 30 frames per second, but it actually drops down to even lower thanks to crowds of civilians. Luckily, the frame rate isn't bad to the point where it is impossible to play, but still, I do feel like they should have taken the time to fix this issue. Second of all, the game freezes quite often. The game froze around 3 times during the whole campaign mode, which was very annoying. The only other game I do notice freezing often is Batman Arkham Knight, but that game is really different in what it offers. After finishing this game, I can say that it was very entertaining in single player, but it's nowhere near as entertaining as playing with a friend. The many co-op missions you can do make this game incredibly fun to play, as you can play with a friend or you can play in a group of 4. Having a comrade along your side increases the replay value of this game, as you both have to work together as a team and strategize. That's why a chat headset will be a must-need when playing this game. Otherwise you can't strategize, and the only strategy that will truly work without a chat headset is just go full-on melee with the enemies. You can mark your teammates so you can see where they're going, which is a neat feature. Also, you can unlock multiplayer skills and use them with your teammate. Some multiplayer skills you can use are group healing, which does exactly what it says, Assassin's Cache, which lets you and a teammate regain random consumables, and Communal Sense, which lets you share Eagle Vision together, which is pretty cool. Also, the multiplayer runs pretty smoothly, but there is a common occurrence of a player just standing in one place when they're doing something else. Assassin's Creed Unity gives you a reason why you need to get an Xbox Live Gold or PlayStation Plus subscription, as you can't play online multiplayer without them.
Do you think I won't find you? Do you think yourself safe?
Assassin's Creed Unity is a really fun game to play, especially with friends. Also, the graphics do really showcase to you what a next generation console can do. The story is also very entertaining, but the constant glitches, the very inconsistent frame rate, and the sometimes unresponsive controls are what bring this game down a lot, which is why I think this game is very similar to Sonic 06. This game deserves an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
But going forward isn't necessarily an ending.
Elise, You cheated.
You took too long.